and welcome to the Black Mike Games podcast, the only podcast where we're talking about, well, swimming in the scene, and vomiting after consumption of human waste. Apparently, though, that's only because a bunch of people exerted themselves, which leaves to many questions. My name is Jeff. Joining me, as always, is Josh. Hi, Josh.
Man, they told us swimming in that ravine would have been fine.
No.
Oh, freaking hell.
Mm-hmm.
I just love some of the dumb bullshit that happens at the Olympics, and you make you go, oh my god.
The Olympics this year has literally been like me looking at it and every now and then being like, wow, I'm incredibly disappointed.
Well, actually, one of the things is like, how did they not have a close lid on it? Was the bow shooting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bees were coming into the playing field and landing on the players' hands. It's like, for fuck's sake, get rid of the bees. Like it
just seems like this. I was talking about this like a couple of months ago. Have you noticed how everything is just in Western society has gotten worse? Has gotten noticeably worse.
Would you say that? But would you say France is Western society?
Yes.
I don't think that's Western society.
I think France is considered part of the West.
I think it's still considered Europe.
It is. That's Western.
I don't think so. I still think that they're European as shit.
They are European as shit. I'm not saying that everything has gone worse, but I'm just saying in general, Western everything has gone worse. So everyone west of Russia.
Okay.
Because we're going off of Cold War metrics.
Okay. Just the way you're explaining this is terrible.
Okay. Everything in the modern civilized world,
okay,
including France, has gotten worse.
Okay, that's the wording you want, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, because like you just say Western and France, I'm like, no, this is not Western.
No, Jeff, you're wrong. That's not how it works.
Like it isn't, because France is France. Like it's entirely
France
different.
Is not considered part of Western hegemony.
I consider it like, sure, it's up there and like more modern society, but I'm like, I don't know. They still have some weird backwards problems there.
Josh, you have weird,
especially shit in their fucking rivers.
That's because of all the people shitting in their rivers. But that's besides the point. We got to talk about horrible things that happened.
Shitting in the rivers.
Well, funny things happened.
Yeah.
Intel collapsed this week. Completely, utterly collapsed. Gamers Nexus basically was like, fuck you. Did a whole entire video. Apparently they knew about this entire 9th issue microcode related issue all the way back in 2022. This has been really fucking bad. And causing a lot of problems. It gets progressively worse though. As things kind of keep going on, it just gets progressively worse. Because by the end of this week, we had 20,000 jobs being eliminated from Intel.
Yes.
And then we had stock collapse as well.
And then we had Bungie.
We did have Bungie.
Fucking people just realizing on fucking Twitter that their job is gone.
Well,
again.
Well, and then on top of that, we had a complete and total recession. Almost as if the United States is collapsing. Almost as if this is what you get after like a complete and total failure of government.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I find it funny that the bunch of people who keep screaming about how great they are and how amazing they are as human beings and everything like that, demanded the election of somebody who should never have been even considered for the office or position. And now they're going, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. Oh, who do I care? I live in my parents' basement. And then people like me are like, I'm fucked. I'm real fucked. Thank you. Appreciate it. But Intel went from a high of, and this is like really instant. So at 340, they went from a high of about 29. They were a high of 29.24, and then they dropped another 21.58. So that's a pretty big swing.
Yeah.
And they have basically lost a lot of fucking support and money. Whereas like you have AMD, who seems to keep being able to find breaks every single step of their way. Whether
it's like every other, like, I don't know, if they find breaks, it's like, what, like, who's giving them more money?
People who like AMD. I gave them money when they were really small, and now they're like, the reason why people are giving them money is it's a vote of confidence. You're seeing this with like consumers now, where people are like going, you have Gamers Nexus basically saying, don't buy fucking Intel.
Yeah.
Period. Don't buy Intel. Buy MSI. You can consider buying an MSI or Asus motherboard or Gigabyte motherboard, but don't buy fucking Intel. Just flat out don't recommend it. And you're seeing this coming from multiple consumers now, where they're going, don't buy fucking Intel. Whereas like you're seeing this with NVIDIA, where NVIDIA has the opposite problem, where NVIDIA is, hey, we're going to do the right thing by gamers after 5 years of us being the shit out of gamers.
Okay.
So you're seeing good things. That said, you're also seeing like right now you're seeing like kind of a big dip, because a bunch of people, because the U.S. job market is not doing well and the United States economy is not doing well and policies are not doing well. So on top of all Intel's woes, you also have them kind of doing all of this sort of shady shit. We also have the layoffs that happened.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. It's not surprising per se
yeah,
that this is happening. Or it is. But it's kind of like, yo, man, that's a little effed.
Yo, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, the whole situation is just like, wow, is it really because of COVID, or is it because these companies are just so shittily managed?
No, it's because they're shittily managed.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Pat Gelsinger, because Intel was actually doing pretty good things. They're still doing really good things. Like, they're interesting products that they're releasing.
Yeah.
And every single time I go, ooh, that's interesting. That's kind of interesting. Like, this isn't like 8th gen or 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th gen, which every single time was like, we just did more Skylake. More Skylake, more heat efficient. Whereas like now it's like, okay, we actually are seeing like Intel do something, and then you just have this happen. And it's like, okay, did that happen? Is this happening because of Pat Gelsinger? Or is this happening because of the former CEOs? Is this happening, or is this because of like what they're doing now? Like, it's kind of this really shitty situation. And like a lot of these companies, they're just really poorly managed. A lot of these companies at the end of the day, how do I say this? You have a lot of people who think they're the next Steve Jobs, and they're not Steve Jobs.
No.
You have a lot of people like And Steve Jobs wasn't even the best leader.
I mean, Steve Jobs was kind of up his own ass.
Steve Jobs was up his own ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to solve pancreatic cancer with vegan diet.
I'm going to solve the cancer with fasting. I'm going to solve the cancer with juicing. I'm going to solve the cancer with, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, it was all of these little things.
Yep.
And like, but the thing that made Steve Jobs very special was that he was kind of a forward-thinking kind of guy. Yeah.
Or hell, people hypothesize that he died faster because he put his body under stress.
Mm-hmm.
So smart.
Mm-hmm. Guy was a fucking idiot, but like, God, he was a very good leader.
Uh-huh. Do you want him as a politician?
Oh my God.
Oh fuck.
It would be like he would call
he
would call Putin and he would be screaming. He'd be like in a fucking McDonald's parking lot. No, he wouldn't even be in a McDonald's parking lot. He'd be like in a Beast. The damn thing would have no fucking windows whatsoever. Secret Service would be driving with cameras. And he'd be screaming at Putin and be like, I tell you fucking what? You get off of Ukraine or I'll nuke you, fucking son of a bitch. And like, Putin would be like, Mr. Jobs,
wow.
I do not understand. I will push the fucking button right now. You fucking hear me, you little fucking. And like Jobs.
No, see, here's the thing. He would like forcefully yell at Putin, and then Putin would be like, "Am I attracted to this? I don't know."
Can I turn it off?
Oh fucking hell!
Be
like, am I turned on? I don't know.
I have never seen this yelling since my mother. This podcast has now been banned in Russia. Woo-hoo.
Oh no, our one person that listened to us once. Our one listener that listened to us once, they can't hear us no more.
Our one Russian asset. Rest in peace,
Darn
buddy.
It. He's gone.
So that makes us banned in China, North Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia.
Free Tibet. Okay, now we're getting rid of it.
Now we're definitely banned in China.
Now we're definitely banned in China.
Which is odd because you're supposed to be the anti-communist. You're supposed to be the communist one, and I'm supposed to be the libertarian one.
What?
But you're the communist.
Am I?
Very much so.
Uh-huh.
Compared to my libertarianism, you are comparatively a communist compared to me. The Overton window, you're like more of a centrist. The Overton window, when it's like communist, it's like it just goes really far, like to the right, and then all of a sudden it's like off a cliff.
So wait, me just wanting more social support, that's more communist?
Yeah, you being like, I want more social support. It's just like off a cliff. I'm joking. No, you're not a fucking communist.
Uh-huh.
You're not a fucking communist.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's the opposite end.
You're just like, how am I communist? Well, you see, Josh.
I'm gonna explain this wrong.
Very much so. Well, it's almost, it reminds me of that one time, you know, the fascism test that you like me, Noah, you, and Tony all did. And it was like 20, 25, 27, 20, like it was like 23, like it was all in the 20s. And we're all sitting there being like, have a little bit of improvement here. Maybe I could be a little bit better. I should get down to 19. Yeah, I think I could get down. And we're all like just sitting there like having like a normal conversation. And then, okay, so funny story about that.
Didn't I bust in going, I'm like,
you were like,
what's this?
20.
Gouda. I'm like, was I? Or was I like, like lower?
I was like 23. I can't really remember. I know Noah was like 25, 20-ish. But like we were all in that kind of range where like it was very clear none of us were communists. And this was like right before COVID. So this is like 5 years ago. And so we're all sitting there and we're all like, and then we just moved on, and I'm sitting there having a conversation at school, and the conversation is with somebody, and she goes, oh, well, something. And I just mentioned the fascism test. And she goes, okay, does it? She goes, I bet I can beat you. And I'm like, I got 20. I highly doubt it. Just nonchalantly. I highly doubt it. Knowing your politics, you're probably going to be for this. You're probably going to be for the state controlling a lot of corporations, which is, admittedly fine. But like, even Petro-Canada, all Petro-Canada does is like literally just lower. Like, it puts gas stations in places where it's very hard to manage gas stations. That's it doesn't challenge people in prices. Sometimes it's more expensive actually, because the Canadian government
willing to put gas stations out in the middle of Timbuktu.
Yeah. Air Canada is like the same thing, where it's like, hey, we just service a lot more places than a normal airliner. We just service a lot more places. Okay, fine, whatever. Nobody cares about that. And so she does this test, and I think she got back like 45%. And the entire time, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like about to laugh, and I'm like, I wish I did this. I wish I should have said, so when are you gonna grow out your stash? Put a little stash right underneath your nose. I mean, you want to be closer to your Lord and Savior, don't you? And I really wish I did that, but bad people.
Oh boy.
But
oh boy.
What? It would have been funny for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. And then I would regret my life when I would drive her home, and then she was beating me with a purse.
Yeah. It's just, oh man,
why do you have a black eye, Jeff? What would you see?
The amount of abuse.
I got abused. Intel's of laying off 20,000 people. They're poorly managed, like most things. Yeah. And I don't really have an opinion on this. Do you?
Not really. Like, again, my opinion is usually zero.
Yeah.
My opinion is to tell my wife hello. Like,
your opinion is you come home, you grab your deck, say, bye, honey, kiss her on the cheek.
Yep.
And then I'm sitting there being like, did he really just do that? Wow. He just fucking did that.
Did he just do that?
How are they together? And then 5 minutes later, I'm gone too. I'm like, okay, I was going to talk to him, but I guess he just left. Whatever. You have a little bit more opinions though on the Bungie layoffs, don't you?
I mean, the only thing I have the only opinion I have on the whole thing is like, I hope Sony is like just shaking their heads with their hands, like their faces in their hands, shaking their heads, going like, what the fuck, like just over and over and over. You know what my opinion is? This never would have happened under Microsoft. I think it was still would have happened.
Oh no! Like, Microsoft would have been worse. Microsoft would have shut down the studio and fired everyone.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have found out about the cars because everyone would have been fired, including Pete Hines.
Yep. Man, it just feels like we just got to get rid of CEOs at this point, because fuck.
It's not CEOs who are the problem. It's the 1% ultra wealthy, and
also short and bad business decisions.
Well, and it's also this notion of like, I'm in it for myself.
Yeah,
where it's like, I have to protect my business. Well, I'm going to fire the studio that made a successful game. No, you give that studio more money.
No, they made something good.
Yeah, they made something good. You look at them and go, maybe I should do something to give them more freedom. in order to maintain their current level of success or expand on it.
Yep.
No. I'll fire that studio and get somebody cheaper to do it. Oh shit, that game oh shit, I'll just shut down the game. Like, it's stuff like that where you're like, hey, like, you really don't care about us. And then you have people like Andrew, who I like. Andrew's a good guy. He seems like a nice guy. Who goes, well, you know, AI is very important. AI is very great. AI is going to help make games a lot better. And it's like, Andrew, the thing that makes AI special is the fact that when you send code to your game, it runs a build and goes, hey, this is where it's failing.
Yeah.
And then assigns that dev a ticket going, fix this shit right now. That's what's going to make AI really good. It improves your testing methodology. It does a lot of stuff like that.
It helps diagnose a fuck ton of data.
Yeah.
Like,
why are gamers not buying your game? Well, you see, we did a line. We did a bunch of data, and it turns out gamers don't want this shit anymore. Sorry.
And it turns out they're openly saying that it's in our forums. They're openly saying it sucks donkey balls.
They were saying they didn't want a non-binary character.
They're all saying that this some dumb bullshit we shoved in trying to appease to other people that are not going to play the game.
Yeah, they complained about not wanting. They're complaining about something, and we just have no idea. That's what's things that are going to make AI special. The ability to have a little blue lady on your thing that goes, "You're a fucking idiot. Don't do this." That's going to be the most important thing in the world.
Oh, yep.
It's not going to be like, you're not going to be like, oh, well, you're still going to have programmers. They're going to be like programming things because AI is not going to care. You might have a personal assistant, and the personal assistant might be like, yeah, I'll help you fix this shit. But it's not going to like be better than anything else in the world.
Yep.
But Bungie laid off 220 people. The game industry has effectively crossed over all of the, like, what was it? It was a large number of people that got laid off. It crossed over this very staggering large number that we had for last year's layoffs. And it's like, it's becoming very obvious that the industry is not in a healthy place. And then you have people now accusing Pete Hines. Truthfully, I don't know if this is true or not, but they're saying that Pete Hines literally, Josh, you there?
Yeah.
They're saying that Pete Hines literally took them to his garage to show them his new collection of cars that cost $2.3 million 2 days before the layoffs.
Well,
that is scummy beyond belief. That is really, really bad. Because it's not even like it's not even that like it's that bad. It's like, okay, if you knew that this was going on, why the fuck would you sell this?
Right.
Why the fuck would you spend that money?
Yup. Why in the bloody hell?
Why would you do this horrible thing?
Yeah. Not great.
Uh-huh.
Oh, excuse me. I ate a muffin, and for whatever reason, the muffin's not agreeing with me at all.
Huh?
Maybe it's because I chugged a Coke too. I don't know.
Maybe you shouldn't chug Cokes.
Maybe I should chug another Coke to help remedy this problem. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man. I think that I just find it so going back to what I was saying, I find it so upsetting that here's a company I love, just fucking killing it, and they had a very bad thing going on. Like, they had a really good thing going on, and it's over. It's dead. I don't know how Destiny recovers. I don't think nobody like here's the thing, is like, you made a point earlier where you said this is bad management. It's like, yeah, nobody wanted this shit.
Yeah,
nobody wanted a Marathon sequel. That is the current Marathon sequel. Nobody wanted that, but that's what we're getting. So
that's what we're getting.
Yeah.
It's like, we're supposed to get that when Marathon sequel first announced, people were like, oh, this could be interesting, and then turns out it was not what anything that anyone wanted out of the damn thing. What did they say it was going to turn into? It was going to be like a battle royale or some sort. Yeah, that's the confusing part. It's like, did no one in the planning go, we shouldn't do this? Or did no one, or were they just all sniffing farts? Like, just to be the fly on the wall of these decisions must have been just like the fly itself that somehow cared about Halo would shoot itself if I heard all these decisions. Like, holy. Like, frick. Like, yeah, it's just poking some higher up brain, go, why did you do this? Is it because literally Fortnite, you're looking at Fortnite and think you can do that? No, go back to the drawing board.
It just feels like as if this is what they're doing. How can we make something that's fun? Let's not, and honestly, then move on.
Honestly, I think what they're planning is everyone is trying to make their own cash cow.
Yeah.
So they have infinite cash.
Yeah.
And with that, they're like, all right, we're comfortable to do anything else. And it's like, but that only happens once in a freaking blue moon.
I mean, it would make sense. Like, here's the thing. It's like, EA did that with Apex. EA has that with FIFA.
I mean, how long in the development was Apex? Like,
I don't know.
And also, like, that was at a perfect timing before, like, anything else took off.
Right.
So it's like, yeah. So if you're trying to make something, like, if it doesn't have the absurd amounts of polish and it doesn't have the absurd amounts of, like, shit you would need to, compare to the other ones, I don't see how you would even try to, get up there and dethrone them if you even remotely can. Like, it's such a false... false fallacy, trying to, or some, like, everyone's chasing the chalice and only a few ever got to touch the damn thing. Like, it's so stupid.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's entirely like completely insane. But the industry's dying. It's done. But did you play a game this week?
I did, believe it or not. Oh, excuse me, I'm still gassy. I played another game that is a Vampire Survivors like. It's a Death Must Die. The funny thing is, though, is that this Death Must Die, I played it for, looks like 96 minutes, so some decent amount of time. I got up to about the third character I unlocked, and also got to figure out how the systems kind of work. And apparently the systems are a lot more in depth than I would say than the other kind of Vampire Survivors likes that I played. Because of the equipments you use and the game. Actually, if I could explain it on like an elevator pitch of what Death Must Die is, It's like, yeah, Vampire Survivors, but Diablo 2. Like, all your equipments have like stats upon stats. Your each character has different abilities that they can use. You have a dash button to go through characters, and your dash can hurt foes and stuff like that. Actually, it's funny that it's like Diablo 2 and what was the oh god damn it, what was the other game where you're going through hell trying to get to the surface? Why am I blanking on it?
Doom?
No, you're going through hell, going to the surface because you're trying to talk to your mom.
Oh, Celeste?
No. Your dad is the king of hell.
Oh, Hades.
Hades, there we go. So in Hades, like, you're going, every time you pick up a boon, you're talking to the god of the boon, and all the gods have say something entirely different each time you pick it up. This game is practically the same. The only thing is weird is that each time that I was picking, I don't know, it seems like if I was picking a trait or picking a certain thing, I always stuck with that same guy, but not like I had an option to choose different like traits. It was just the game just gave me one of them. Yeah, like, it is cool, and I do kind of like it. I just got to play more of it in order to get far enough into Death Must Die. The only thing I would say that about Death Must Die is a kind of a negative. It's just that there's so many Vampire Survivor likes, or I guess bullet hell-esque games, that it's like, I would say this is still one of the good ones, but there's so many now. Like, if you want to try another one, Death Must Die, it's pretty decent as far as I can tell. It's just, I gotta play it more.
You just gotta play more games.
You just, and another thing is, like, some of these games are just time vampires. Like, just a few of them that are like, oh, you can't just pick up and put down. Some of these is like, no, you have to really sink time into these damn things. You always have to spend 30 minutes or more. And it's like, can I just not spend 30 minutes or more? Or how maybe the actions I'm doing doesn't want to make me fall asleep. Like, that's another problem I'm running into with these Vampire Survivor likes, is like, I'm playing it, I'm having fun, I'm doing the things, but once I'm starting to hit 15 minutes and I don't keep chugging cokes, feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. So that's the only thing that sucks. It's like, I agree, it's fun, but I'm, for whatever reason, falling asleep. Maybe it's because it's just too repetitious. I don't know.
Probably because you play those games way too much and you need something different.
Yeah. I'm probably, or I'm playing them way too late in the night, and I'm like, I gotta keep circling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I touch anything else? Nope. I think that was the only one. Yep, that was the only game I played. Death Must Die was the only thing I touched, and a little bit of PUBG, but that was just short lived. Because people in the other friend group, we touched on that a little bit, and I'm like, and apparently there was an update where you can shoot through walls now. So depending on the surface that you're shooting, you can like penetrate like a door or penetrate through a roof or whatever, depending on the gun and the gun you use and stuff. So I'm like, that's interesting. Didn't get to use it per se because, going back to PUBG, I'm like, all right, I'll go find a gun. I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead. Fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, minute in, I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, I played Crisis this week. Not 2, not 3, 1. I played Crisis 1 this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you shoot the leaves and they fall in different patterns?
Yeah, man. Like, that game's great.
Did that game still make your computer go to a crawl, or is it actually? Can you play it decently?
I can play it decently. It runs better than the first Descent.
Ah.
I think I played a little bit of Once Human as well. That game's weird. That game's really weird. But Crisis is, you know what? It is a game from a bygone era of game design where it's just fun.
Oh.
It's fun being able to like cloak, walk up to somebody, punch them in the face, and then like watch their body go flying. Because that's what the game does.
That's what the game does.
I really enjoyed it. It's so fun. Graphics look really great. I do have a little bit of nitpicks. It feels like as if when you're cloaked, the enemies know instantly where you are at all times. So it feels like the AI does a little bit of cheating where it's like the AI should not know where I am as I am cloaked and it should not be able to see me. And they look at you for like half a second and then they go, oh shit, that's an enemy. Whereas like, it would be nice if it was like, you're cloaked. It's very hard to kind of tell that you're cloaked, and it takes them a moment and you just see like their head cocked and stuff like that. Feels like the reaction time is a little bit off per se. Other than that, it's a lot of fun. So far the story is, I've gone through the first 3 missions. I don't know how long this game is, but so far it's fun. I'm probably going to play more of it. I'm probably going to play more of Once Human or Grow Up a little bit here and there, depending on how I feel for the rest of the week. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, that was kind of what I played.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a really fun game. I recommend. I've been doing this thing lately where it's like I have a backlog. I'll go through my backlog and play these games. And I feel really thankful for doing that because it's like I wouldn't have played Deserts if I didn't do that. While I am enjoying like newer games like First Descent and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this game I haven't played in a long time or never played. I'm just going to try it out. Holy shit, this is actually really fun and great. And I really am enjoying it.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have any...
That sounds wonderful.
Do you have any questions of Crisis?
I mean, I think as far my knowledge go about Crisis, it's just like, yeah, it was that first fun game that everyone touched and like that made their computers scream in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? The story. The game has like, I know it has a story, but like, what is the story?
So the story is that basically,
like space aliens and shit.
So that's the overarching franchise story. The overarching, like the base story is that basically, right now there was a Linshan boat. They were doing excavating. They found something, and they accidentally unleashed something that was very terrifying upon this island in the middle of the South Pacific. North Korea is there, and North Korea was like, hey, this is our island, we're taking this over. And they basically were like running the entire show. So they basically were like, we're killing this thing and we're just going to stop doing what we're doing. And so your team of 5 users are sent in to go kill everyone and stop whatever's going on there and stop the North Koreans. That's the story so far. The story of 2, which is the one I played, is basically the aliens known as the Seth were actually a virus.
Oh.
They basically eat humans. So they break down humanity and then they eat them and consume their biomass. And they were basically doing all of this sort of stuff. And they basically were like, we're invading New York. Fuck you. So that is and that is basically the story of Crisis 2. That's the one where you get Prophet. That's the one where you start playing as the main protagonist of the game, which is Prophet. You don't play as Prophet in the first one, but Prophet is the main antagonist going forward. And then you get Crisis 3, which is, I haven't finished. I haven't played. I don't know. But I do know that Crisis 2 is one of those games where it's like the more I look at it, I'm like, this is great. So that's my personal opinion, if that makes sense. Understand?
Well,
explanation?
Yeah. Seems like horrible shit happening.
It's basically
figuring it out.
It's a really good game. It's a really good story. A lot of people should play it, but like, not a lot of people are going to play it, so that's okay.
I mean, it's a game from a bygone era that can you even play it on Steam?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's all three of them have been remastered.
Oh.
So like 2 is, I own 2, but there's like there's 2 is the executable, and then 2 remastered, there's 3, and then there's 1. And 1 is the one that was getting all the love, but they basically remastered the entire trilogy. And 2 is considered, I think 2 is considered one of the better ones. 3 was considered the best. But this was basically the game that Crytek was making up until they made Hunt Showdown.
Oh.
And I'm not going to say anything bad about Hunt Showdown. I have good opinions on Hunt Showdown.
Yeah.
But like,
I liked Hunt Showdown.
I like Hunt Showdown a lot more than I like Hunt Showdown a lot more than I like the fucking PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I like Hunt Showdown a lot, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah. Like, I like the realism in the Hunt Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
I also love how the sound design is super important to like figuring out who or what is coming around the bend, and depending on like, I hear someone broke glass over this direction, I need to make sure I have my shotgun out so I can blast them away. Or like, oh man, I can totally get this guy with my bow, even though I'm like, half a football field away. Or another one is real good is you get the power-ups from killing bosses, and those power-ups can help you kind of see in like, you pop your power-up and you can see where all your foes are and stuff are coming around. And that one time actually saved my keister, because I was looking at like, I know there was a third guy somewhere in the map, and that we're in the area that we were in. I couldn't figure out where they're coming from, and I was talking to Noah, and I'm like, I know there's a third guy. I can't figure out where he is. And Noah's like, I can't figure it out either where he is either. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just pop my thing for a couple seconds, see if I get a beat on him. And I figured out he was right behind us, and I'm like, oh, time to kill. So I murdered him on the spot and saved the whole team. I'm like, yeah. I felt good.
I'm the best.
Oh, it was pretty good. I was like, yeah. Like that game just has certain things about it. It was like, oh, this feels great. I think the only thing I feels that is pulling it back is because that it's very grounded and set in like the, what was it, early 1920s or some shit.
The way that they set it up is set in the
Old West or something.
Yeah, it's the Civil War period. Yeah.
So some of the guns and stuff you get are like the first incarnations of what those guns were.
Not
so this
exactly.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, they're so old, and there's some versions of those guns. You go, this looks like shit, and you go, oh yeah,
but what I mean by not exactly is I mean that there's some of the guns that they give you. They're like, here's a gun that you would really like, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
Whereas it was like the actual gun is very similar to what it is, but it's like the first generation. Yeah, it's like the first generation. But it's like the first generation of like the Colt 35. Okay, well that gun, the Colt 35 first generation was considered one of the best guns that ruled the West. Oh, it's the first generation of the Winchester. You mean the Henry, the gun that like went on to become the Winchester?
Yep.
All this sort of stuff, right? So.
Yep. Freaking what else? Oh. And because it's like set in that time era, like a lot of guns in that game, the magazine, like I know that a lot of it's like revolvers and like some shotguns or whatever, but like pretty sure the magazine limit in that game, like you could maybe modify them a little bit to have more magazine, but other than that, it was like, oh, this, what's the magazine on this gun? Is and you go like, it's 2. You're like, oh shit. Well, yeah, I guess it would be 2. Like. It's like, and I'm just gotta carry my ammo just with me and not in a magazine. I'm like, oh yeah, and you gotta reload super slow. Yeah, you would have to do that. Yeah. But yeah, that's the whole thing about the freaking showdown realism. Although it kind of cut our play session short because Tony, when we're going into the barns fighting the bosses, one of the bosses was a spider monster that moved really fast and the limbs are that of humans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Tony was like, nope, can't do it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do it? He apparently does have a fear of spiders. I just never knew.
So do I.
And he's like, I can't do this. And I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, oh. I don't know. I guess I kind of get spooked by spiders, but I'm not like, I can't be in the same room as the spider. I'm like, oh, look at the spider.
Well, that's the thing. It's like as of late, like there are times where like I can be in a room with a spider, but if there's a spider nearby and I just see it, I just go, oh.
like, how did the spider get here?
Pretty much.
I'm more of a person. I'm like, how did you get there? And I try to get the fuck out of my room. Although not as bad as on my another friend of mine, Jonathan, where on his live stream, he's a streamer and he did it on his live stream. He was playing a game, doing speed runs like he usually does, and then a spider, I'm not sure where it crawled, either across his desk or on top of his monitor or something, but he noticed there's a spider and he went, spider! And he just ran out of the room. And his character just dead stopped, and everyone in the chat was going, what the hell?
He's scared of spiders.
And of course and the next thing you hear is some stomps of his dad coming in and going, oh, okay, well, where is it?
The spider.
Oh, it's just so funny because it's like, oh, where's the spider? He's like checking the desk and he's like, where?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
World's just fun.
It's just too funny. I mean, those type of fears is guttural and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I get
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Holy
yeah, absolutely.
Shit, this lightning storm's great.
But man, it's like, man, you can't help but be like, this is like such irrational fear. It's like people are afraid of birds or people are afraid of cotton.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have any issue with people being afraid of birds and cotton.
Yeah.
But like,
the cotton thing, it was something I saw on TV, and I'm like, that can't be real.
It is.
That can't be real.
Is.
Like,
I wonder how long until this storm passes through.
I don't know.
Huh. That's my question right now.
I don't
know. But yeah, no, that's about everything, I think. I don't think we have a whole lot else to talk about.
Not really.
We've been going for about 56 minutes. There's not a whole lot to talk about.
Other than the fucking tech industry is falling apart.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Just gaming, video game side of things.
Well, like the funny thing is like people are going to go like, well, like, you know, we're not in recession. And it's like, dude, we've been in recession for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
All of these companies, they've been just doing this stuff in order to maintain like their current like state of things. Like, we've been in recession for about 2 years.
Yep.
Apparently you got snow coming your way. Or
what?
Heavy rain coming your way.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So.
Fucking cool.
Yeah. I can tell you this, I'm not taking the dog. I might take the dog for a little walk, but I'm not going out for very long.
Ah.
Yeah. Might go out.
Well then.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone, I guess. Have a good day. Bye.
Hacking blackouts in sight. World wars are starting to enter the fight. The West has fallen, chaos is calling. But Monday morning, I still don't lie. It's over, but I'm still in the grind. Tired of this world peace I can't find. When will it be my turn to stand on top? I'm tired, bro, so tired. When will it stop? The president's got assassinated in the night. Dementia clouded, his last days in sight. World War III seems inevitable now. We're on the brink, but I still wonder how. Cyber criminals hacking, blackouts in sight. World wars are starting to enter the fight. The West has fallen, chaos is calling. But Monday morning, I still gotta ride. It's over, but I'm still in the grind. Tired of this world peace I can't find. When will it be my turn to stand on top? I'm tired, bro, so tired. When will it stop? When will it stop? Criminals hacking, blackouts in sight. World wars are starting to enter the fight. The West has fallen, chaos is calling. But Monday morning, I still gotta rise. It's over, but I'm still in the grind. Tired of this world peace I can't find. When will it be my turn to stand on top? I'm tired, bro, so tired. When will it stop? In a world that's breaking, I keep on waking. Through the storm, I'm barely quaking. Dreams of better days, they're fading fast. How long can this madness last? When will it stop? The world may crumble, the chaos may reign, but through it all, I'll bear the strain. For Monday morning, I'll rise again. Tired but hopeful till the very end. When will it stop?
Furry dog boy. And her going, oh my god, I'm so happy. I want to fucking bang this dog boy. I think I have the audio of it. Hold on. This folder is empty. Well, maybe it shouldn't be. There it is. It's in general.
Go look at that. Ah.
So 45 seconds of just this.
The hell?
It gets worse. This is what happens when you give me power. Bad things happen. Really bad things happen.
Like, it's just
It's
a bunch of fucking noises.
It's really No. So the meme of this is worse. Because the meme of this is literally the girl freaking out. And you just see a VTuber freaking out about a character. And you're like, what the fuck? But, yeah, no. That was what I edited into the podcast. Accomplishments.
Cool.
Yeah. How was your week?
Okay, for the most part.
Have you gone and seen Deadpool yet?
Afraid not. More or less just been like, go home and maybe play a video game.
Crying is
cry.
Be like, man, I just wish that Jeff had a job.
I wish Jeff had a job.
Because then he would go to Deadpool and go see the movie.
Yep.
I know some of the spoilers. I don't know all of them. I've been trying to be a good boy. I know that Blade, who's like my favorite, who is like the best movie from that pre-Marvel Cinematic Universe bullshit. Probably one of the best Marvel movies of all time, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the fact that that's in there, like that makes me like really happy and stuff like that. And I'm actually really ecstatic. So I need to go see that movie, but I don't have money. So you have to go see the movie, or you have to take me to go see the movie.
One of those things will happen.
You have to go see the movie.
Someone will see this movie.
You have to go see the movie. Yeah.
I'm literally trying to like, man, I don't know what the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm trying to go through Autodesk's situation of like, here's all the shit that, you know, like here's all the programs or whatever, and I'm like, great. And just for whatever reason, it seems like every time I click a fucking link, it says it's broken. I'm like, this is your fucking website.
They have that diversity higher.
Oh my god! Like, it feels like I have to click the link twice just so it works.
I literally clicked on my LT and it's like link broken.
Yeah, I'm like, does that exist anymore?
I was like, well, like I'm pretty sure my LT still exists because they wouldn't have like an indie. They don't have that indie option. I think still.
I mean, I could get a trial and see if that does anything.
I mean, they're going to be able to track it, I think.
Oh, who cares?
I care. Okay, let me look it up on their website. Maya LT. My LT overview. My LT is no longer available. I'll just discontinue the sale and renewal of my. You can no longer purchase subscriptions of my LT. What the fuck?
Fucking awesome.
Is it Maya Creative?
Probably.
Let's look. I just want a software that Josh can have. Access with available with your Flex tokens. Maya Creative. Yeah, it's just called Maya Creative now.
Huh. We'll just put it a different name and make it confusing.
Let's see. Products. Access with Flex.
Man, just trying to get a free trial. They're like, okay, we need to send your verification code. Okay, and then we need your birth date.
Mm-hmm. We need this. Okay, I'm going to cancel my Discord control. There we go. Because I can't afford it. It's like I have to cancel my Game Pass subscription because I can't afford it. Yeah, no. Do you want to sync, Josh?
No, hold on. Let me cancel something. Yeah, we'll sync.
Sync in 3, 2, 1.